Top 20 dumbest things said by celebrities.
And then I see like whale sharks. I'm like, oh, that must mean a whale and a shark have sex.
Get ready for a wild ride through some of the most jaw-dropping, head-scratching moments in celebrity history. From confusing geography to claiming supernatural powers, these stars made statements so bizarre, you'll wonder if they were serious or just having a really bad day.
Man, man.
Let me hear the question,
you don't have
man.
the answers.
I'm asking you for the answer. It's a question.
Ever heard a pop star mix up continents, or an action hero redefine marriage, or a rapper make a joke so tone-deaf it crashed the internet? Buckle up, because these famous faces really put the dumb in dumbfounded. Which quote will leave you speechless? Let's dive into the top 20 dumb things said by celebrities.
Honestly, I think we should just trust our president in every decision that he makes, and we should just support that.
Brook Shields.
A waterfall in the middle of the desert. It's breathtaking.
Brook Shields, renowned actress and model, once stepped into the world of anti-smoking activism, lending her star power to a series of public service campaigns. But during one particular anti-smoking poster campaign, she delivered a bewildering statement that left everyone scratching their heads. With utmost sincerity, Shields declared, "Smoking kills. If you're killed, you've lost a very important part of your life." An ironic twist for an anti-smoking message, the quote quickly became infamous. Shields likely intended to emphasize the grave consequences of smoking, but the way she phrased it suggested a fundamental misunderstanding of mortality. The absurd implication that death only takes away part of your life transformed an otherwise serious message into a target for ridicule. Critics jumped at the opportunity, pointing out the tautology in her words and questioning how such a statement had passed the campaign's scrutiny. Her gaffe also sparked conversations about the responsibilities of celebrity activists, with many arguing that public figures should be more careful when communicating crucial health information. The public reaction was relentless. Shields' quote went viral before the age of social media, and it still pops up today in lists of the most amusing celebrity slip-ups. Comedians and commentators couldn't resist poking fun, turning her earnest attempt into a joke. Despite the blunder, Shields' career wasn't significantly tarnished. She remained a respected public figure, known more for her beauty and acting than this verbal misfire. However, her statement remains a quirky reminder that even well-intentioned campaigns can fall flat, if not carefully thought through. Kanye West.
You ain't got the answers.
Kanye,
You ain't got the answers.
I'm asking you
You
a
ain't been
question.
doing the education.
Kanye West is a name synonymous with controversy and memorable sound bites. The rapper and fashion designer has a knack for making outlandish statements, ones that oscillate between profound and downright perplexing. Among his catalogue of head-scratchers, two quotes stand out, each a testament to his distinctive mix of extravagance and self-importance. First, Kanye once proclaimed, "The first time I was in a Gucci store in Chicago was the closest I've ever felt to home." A bold assertion, considering Chicago is the city where he grew up, a place with deep connections to his family and roots. What made this statement so baffling is that it painted a luxury fashion store as a place of emotional belonging, while simultaneously implying that his upbringing or actual home life was less significant. Critics and fans alike were puzzled. Was this a metaphor for his ascent to fame, a nod to the comfort of success, or just an odd expression of his love for Gucci? Regardless, it struck many as a shallow remark, emphasizing a materialistic attachment rather than something more meaningful. Then there's Kanye's unforgettable lament, "My greatest pain in life is that I will never be able to see me perform." This confession revealed not only Kanye's well-documented ego, but also his view of his own artistry as a divine revelation that everyone else is blessed to witness. For most artists, the audience's experience is central, but for Kanye, the anguish stemmed from being unable to appreciate his brilliance firsthand. The quote laid bare his self-centered worldview, one that even his most ardent fans found hard to defend. Critics called it peak narcissism, and the public responded with an avalanche of memes parodying Kanye's unparalleled self-admiration. In the age of social media, his statement only fueled the narrative of Kanye as a messianic figure in his own mind. Despite these eyebrow-raising comments, Kanye's influence remains colossal. His fan base, passionate and loyal, often embraces his eccentricities as part of his artistic genius. Yet such declarations also reinforce why he's a polarizing figure. They highlight the blurred lines between confidence and delusion that define his persona. Kanye himself rarely walks back on his words, preferring instead to double down or provide new soundbites that are equally outrageous. These moments remind us that Kanye's legacy is as much about his cultural impact as it is about his unmistakable and often bewildering words. Alicia Silverstone.
I had to wonder why I was choosing to love him so much, but these other animals I was cutting up and eating.
Alicia Silverstone, the actress forever associated with her iconic role as Cher Horowitz in Clueless, once made headlines for a perplexing attempt to defend the film's thematic significance. While Clueless is indeed celebrated for its sharp satire and cultural insight, Silverstone's explanation of its depth came across as, well, totally clueless. During an interview, she stumbled into linguistic infamy when she declared, "I think that the film Clueless was very deep. I think it was deep in the way that it was very light. I think lightness has to come from a very deep place if it's true lightness." What Silverstone likely meant to convey was that Clueless has a subtle sophistication, using humor and seemingly superficial situations to explore more profound social themes. Yet her rambling choice of words failed to strike that note of insight. Instead, it left listeners bewildered as she inadvertently described a paradox that bordered on nonsensical. Critics and the public seized on the quote, and in 2004, she was awarded the ignominious Foot-in-Mouth Award, an annual honor given to the celebrity who utters the most unintentionally hilarious or confusing remark. The backlash was playful but widespread as the quote seemed tailor-made for comedic commentary. Jokes abounded about whether Silverstone's statement was a meta-level act of performance art. Was she intentionally mimicking Cher's airheaded yet lovable persona? The incident sparked debates about whether actors should stick to performing rather than philosophizing, though some defended her, noting that expressing complex ideas on the spot is no easy feat. Despite the gaffe, Silverstone's career and public image remained largely unaffected. Her clueless character is beloved, and fans view the film as a nostalgic masterpiece. If anything, this moment merely endeared her to audiences even more, reminding everyone that celebrities, like their characters, can have moments of charming absurdity. Her clumsy but sincere attempt to assign deeper meaning to Clueless stands as a reminder that sometimes embracing the lightness of life is all we need, even if that lightness comes from a deep place. Tara Reid.
I mean, the body shaming that's going on right now is just to a degree that it's so bad.
Tara Reid, the American Pie actress known for her party girl persona and turbulent Hollywood career, made waves, pun intended, during a baffling discussion about marine life on the reality show Shark After Dark. When asked about whale sharks, Reid confidently attempted to explain her understanding of the massive sea creature, uttering a line that would quickly become infamous.
And then I said, like, whale sharks. I'm like, oh, that must mean a whale and a shark have sex.
The comment immediately sparked disbelief. The term whale shark refers to the largest species of shark in the world, known for being a gentle filter feeder. Unfortunately for Reid, her explanation revealed a fundamental misunderstanding of both taxonomy and reproductive biology. Whales are mammals and sharks are fish. The idea of the two crossbreeding is biologically impossible. Her illogical reasoning about whale-shark hybrids ignited a wave of mockery and jokes online, with people sharing her quote and questioning how such a basic concept could be so misunderstood. Critics and fans alike couldn't help but poke fun at Reid's aquatic confusion. Memes flourished, comparing her statement to classic examples of celebrity cluelessness. Late-night hosts and comedians had a field day, turning her explanation into the punchline of jokes about celebrity science fails. Even marine biologists chimed in, clarifying that despite the name whale shark, the species has no relationship to whales besides its size. Tara Reid's career has always been filled with both triumphs and missteps, and this blunder didn't do much to alter her reputation. She remains a figure associated with pop culture humor, and in some ways, this gaffe only cemented her legacy as a source of celebrity soundbite gold. In response to the ridicule, Reid took it in stride, laughing along with the jokes. Ultimately, her statement stands as a light-hearted reminder of how celebrity mishaps can turn into viral moments even when they involve a very fishy misunderstanding. Join me on this journey and let's explore together. Comment number 1 to let me know you'll be watching till the end. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming up in this video. Jaden Smith.
You're Yoda, and I'm like,
I'm like a Jedi.
Jaden Smith, the actor and son of Hollywood heavyweight Will Smith, is famous for posting cryptic, pseudo-philosophical musings on Twitter that leave people questioning whether he's a misunderstood genius or simply overthinking life. One standout tweet read, "If a bookstore never runs out of a certain book, do-si-dos that mean that nobody reads it or everybody reads it?" The tweet's misspelling of does as do-si-dos added a comical layer to his already perplexing question. At first glance, Jaden's inquiry seems to probe the concepts of popularity and supply and demand. However, the statement spiraled into the realm of unintentional humor, as critics and casual observers alike pointed out that his attempt at wisdom sounded more like a riddle gone wrong. His question didn't quite strike the intended philosophical chord. Instead, it felt naive, suggesting a fundamental misunderstanding of how bookstores operate. Public reaction was mixed. Some followers mocked Jaden for his pretentious tone and confusing logic, while others defended him, praising his curiosity and out-of-the-box thinking. Memes and jokes flooded social media, reinforcing his reputation as a celebrity who makes ambitious yet nonsensical statements. Nevertheless, his tweets continue to fascinate, serving as a reminder of the quirks of growing up famous and under constant scrutiny. In Jaden's world, even a misspelled philosophical question can spark debate, adding to his persona as an enigmatic celebrity, unafraid to ponder life's mysteries, whether they make sense to the rest of us or not. Sean Connery, the legendary actor best known for his portrayal of James Bond, left behind an extraordinary film legacy, but also a trail of controversy due to shocking remarks he made about violence against women. In a 1965 interview with Playboy and later during a notorious 1987 conversation with Barbara Walters, Connery infamously stated, "I don't think there is anything particularly wrong in hitting a woman." He elaborated that slapping a woman might be justified if all other options had been exhausted, sparking immediate outrage. These remarks cast a dark shadow over his otherwise celebrated career. Connery's justification of violence was widely condemned as both archaic and dangerous, especially in a society increasingly attentive to issues of domestic abuse and gender equality. The backlash was fierce, with feminists and advocacy groups decrying his statements, arguing they perpetuated harmful and outdated gender norms. Yet, despite the criticism, Connery remained defiant. He refused to apologize or retract his words, insisting on his point of view even decades later. Public reaction was divided. Some fans found it difficult to reconcile the actor they admired on screen with his deeply troubling beliefs. While Connery's iconic status as James Bond remained largely intact, this incident became a blemish on his public image, a reminder of the troubling attitudes that once permeated Hollywood and society at large. Even after his passing, this quote remains a stark example of how even the most revered stars can voice opinions that are painfully out of touch. Jessica Simpson, the pop star and actress whose fame soared in the early 2000s, delivered a hilariously unforgettable moment of confusion on her reality TV show Newlyweds, Nick and Jessica. While eating a bowl of tuna, Simpson pondered aloud, "Is this chicken what I have, or is this fish? I know it's tuna, but it says chicken by the sea." Her sincere but baffling query immediately became a pop culture phenomenon. The scene, documented in front of her then-husband Nick Lachey, who looked on with a mix of disbelief and exasperation, showcased the kind of innocent, endearing cluelessness that would make Simpson both beloved and ridiculed. The brand name Chicken of the Sea is a well-known play on the mild taste of tuna, but Jessica's struggle to reconcile the label's wording with the reality of her meal was enough to launch 1,000 jokes. The public reacted with relentless humor. The quote became iconic, referenced in talk shows, internet memes, and pop culture roundups of celebrity gaffes. Critics labeled her as a quintessential dumb blonde, though fans admired her for leaning into the joke, often displaying a self-awareness about her ditzy persona. Despite the teasing, Simpson leveraged the viral moment to her advantage, transforming her image into a brand that celebrates authenticity and humor. The Chicken of the Sea incident lives on as a charming reminder that even celebrities can be adorably perplexed by everyday things. Justin Bieber, the global pop sensation known for his hit songs and frequent public missteps, has landed himself in hot water more than once with his thoughtless remarks. Two of his most infamous comments reveal a glaring lack of sensitivity and awareness. The first occurred during a visit to the Anne Frank house in Amsterdam. After touring the museum dedicated to the young Holocaust victim, Bieber signed the guest book with an astonishingly self-absorbed note. Anne was a great girl. Hopefully she would have been a believer. The backlash was immediate and intense. Critics accused him of trivializing Anne Frank's unimaginable suffering, turning one of history's most tragic figures into a potential fan of his music. Holocaust educators and the general public found his remark deeply offensive, emphasizing that it showed a troubling detachment from the gravity of the history he had just witnessed. Despite the outrage, Bieber seemed unfazed, and while he didn't fully apologize, he did later express surprise at the backlash. The second blunder came when he made a disparaging comment about Korea, saying, "Whatever they have in Korea, that's bad." By failing to distinguish between North and South Korea, Bieber managed to offend an entire nation, displaying a stunning ignorance of geopolitical nuances. This comment reinforced the image of Bieber as a privileged star, disconnected from the world outside his fame bubble. Although Bieber has matured over the years, these statements are a lasting reminder of his rocky public image, reflecting the challenges of growing up and making mistakes under constant global scrutiny. Should celebrities be held to a higher standard when it comes to making public comments? Comment with yes or no, and let's discuss. Sheen.
People can't figure me out. They can't process me. I don't expect them to. You can't process me with a normal brain.
Sheen, once one of television's highest-paid actors for his role on 2.5 Men, became more famous for his public breakdown and bizarre declarations than his acting chops. In 2011, during a series of erratic interviews that documented his spiral fueled by substance abuse and inflated ego, Sheen made a statement that perfectly captured the madness of his behavior. "Tired of pretending like I'm not bitching a total freaking rock star from Mars." This outburst came at a time when Sheen was fired from 2.5 Men after clashing with the show's creator, Chuck Lorre, and engaging in increasingly concerning antics. Claiming extraterrestrial origins and labeling himself a rock star highlighted the delusional grandiosity he displayed during this period. His bizarre self-mythologizing included references to tiger blood and winning, phrases that quickly entered pop culture lore as symbols of his self-destructive but highly publicized meltdown. The public reaction was a mix of fascination, ridicule, and genuine concern. Memes flooded social media, while others debated the ethics of turning a celebrity's apparent mental health crisis into entertainment. Despite the backlash and mockery, Sheen's erratic outbursts temporarily made him a social media phenomenon, illustrating the voyeuristic draw of watching a celebrity implode in real time. Though Sheen later admitted to struggling with substance abuse and worked on his recovery, the rock star from Mars remark remains a testament to the absurdity of his infamous self-destruction, forever etched into the annals of celebrity chaos. Paris Hilton, the socialite and reality TV star who became famous for epitomizing excess and privilege, has had her fair share of tone-deaf moments. Perhaps one of the most jaw-dropping statements she made was in reference to her brief stint in jail in 2007. Reflecting on the experience, she declared, "Everything bad that can happen to a person has happened to me." For someone whose life had been marked by wealth, fame, and luxurious privilege, the claim was met with immediate backlash. Critics and the public found her words incredibly self-centered and lacking any real-world perspective. By comparing her 3-week jail sentence to genuine suffering such as poverty, war, or loss, Hilton revealed a profound disconnect from the struggles of everyday people. Her comment was criticized as a stunning example of celebrity obliviousness, highlighting how sheltered and out of touch the ultra-wealthy can seem. Social media and news outlets mocked her for the hyperbolic and insensitive remark, using it as yet another example of her lack of awareness. The reaction underscored a broader frustration with how celebrities often exaggerate their hardships even when their difficulties pale in comparison to real adversity. While Hilton has since worked to reshape her public image, her tone-deaf comment remains emblematic of her early years as a poster child for extravagant yet clueless celebrity behavior. It serves as a cautionary tale about the power and potential pitfalls of fame unaccompanied by humility or understanding. Christina Aguilera, the powerhouse vocalist and pop icon, stunned fans, not with her voice but with a remarkably clueless question. "So where's the Cannes Film Festival being held this year?" This innocent yet bewildering inquiry suggested that Aguilera was unaware that Cannes, the name of the French city, is famously the location of the world-renowned festival. It's as if someone asked where the New York Marathon is being run. The question implied a surprising lack of basic geographical knowledge, or perhaps a momentary lapse in judgment. Regardless, the slip-up provided plenty of fodder for jokes and eye-rolls from both fans and critics. It became a classic example of how even the most talented stars can come across as delightfully clueless. Late-night hosts and gossip columns had a field day with the remark, playfully mocking how the answer was literally embedded in the name of the event. Aguilera's blunder joined the ranks of celebrity soundbites that reveal a gap between fame and everyday awareness, reinforcing the stereotype that some celebrities live in a bubble of red carpets and tour buses far removed from the ordinary world. Yet her moment of confusion is now remembered with humor more than malice, a light-hearted reminder that even stars have moments of not-so-genius brilliance. Elizabeth Hurley. Elizabeth Hurley, the British actress and model famous for her glamorous image, landed herself in a controversy over body shaming when she made a stunningly insensitive remark about Marilyn Monroe. Hurley, who has long been celebrated for her own beauty and fashion sense, once declared, "I'd kill myself if I was as fat as Marilyn Monroe." The comment caused a firestorm of criticism, with many people appalled at how cavalierly she dismissed Monroe's iconic figure. Marilyn Monroe, often regarded as the epitome of timeless beauty, had a curvier body type that has inspired countless women to embrace more realistic and diverse standards of attractiveness. Hurley's statement not only contradicted the widespread admiration of Monroe's look, but also perpetuated harmful body image ideals by implying that anything short of slim perfection was undesirable. Critics argued that Hurley's words were damaging, particularly because of her influence as a model and public figure. The backlash was severe, with people accusing Hurley of promoting body dysmorphia and reinforcing the toxic pressures that women face in the beauty and entertainment industries. In an era increasingly focused on body positivity and self-acceptance, her remark felt outdated and dangerous. Though Hurley later tried to explain that she didn't mean to offend, the damage was done, and her flippant words remain a reminder of the weight celebrities' opinions carry, especially when they impact public perceptions of beauty and self-worth. Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan, the actress known for her early fame and later controversies, faced a wave of criticism for a remarkably tone-deaf response to Hurricane Sandy, as the massive storm approached the East Coast in October 2012. Causing widespread panic and preparation, Lohan took to Twitter with an ill-conceived attempt at positivity. "Why is everyone in such a panic about hurricane? I'm calling it Sally. Stop projecting negativity, think positive, and pray for peace." Lohan's casual dismissal of the unfolding disaster was widely seen as out of touch, especially as millions braced for a storm that would go on to cause extensive damage and loss of life. Critics were quick to point out how privileged and disconnected her comment sounded, as if she failed to grasp the real dangers that ordinary people were about to face. Her suggestion to simply think positive was not just unhelpful, but came across as almost mocking the very real anxieties of those at risk. The backlash was swift and fierce. Social media users and news outlets lambasted her for her insensitivity, and her words were seen as an emblem of celebrity detachment from reality. Although Lohan has since made efforts to rebuild her public image, this moment remains a reminder of how quickly a poorly considered comment can amplify the sense that some stars are completely removed from the struggles of everyday people. On a scale of 0-5, how tone-deaf do you think Lindsay Lohan's response to Hurricane Sandy was? Comment with a number. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, the legendary and often controversial boxing champion, has a history of delivering quotable moments both in and out of the ring. One of his most memorable verbal slip-ups came after a grueling match when he reflected on his future. Tyson stated, "I might fade into Bolivian," when he clearly meant to say fade into oblivion. The mix-up immediately became a source of widespread humor. Tyson's remark was likely a result of exhaustion or the lasting effects of his punishing career, which left him dazed and prone to unexpected linguistic twists. Still, the sheer absurdity of Bolivian replacing oblivion transformed his reflection on possibly retreating from the public eye into a classic Tysonism, forever adding to the rich tapestry of his wild and unpredictable persona. Fans and comedians latched onto the quote, poking fun at Tyson's consistent unpredictability when it came to interviews. Yet it also endeared him to many, highlighting a vulnerable, almost childlike side to the feared boxer. Despite his intimidating presence and infamous reputation, this moment added a touch of humor to Tyson's larger-than-life image, demonstrating how even the fiercest sports icons can be hilariously human. Over the years, Fade into Bolivian has joined the pantheon of unforgettable sports gaffes, a humorous reminder that even legends sometimes find themselves fighting not just opponents, but also the English language. Britney Spears. Britney Spears, the pop princess who defined a generation, has had her fair share of media mishaps, but none quite as head-scratching as her geographical blunder that left everyone astonished. During an interview, she famously remarked, "I've never really wanted to go to Japan simply because I don't like eating fish, and I know that's very popular out there in Africa." In this one sentence, Spears managed to muddle continents and culinary cultures, creating a bizarre mental map that left listeners wondering how Japan and Africa had ended up in the same thought bubble. The mix-up demonstrated a surprising lack of geographical knowledge, conflating two vastly different places and cultures. Her remark not only missed the mark on basic world geography, but also reinforced the perception of Spears as a star somewhat removed from everyday realities. The public reaction was both incredulous and amused, with jokes and memes quickly spreading across the internet. People were entertained by the sheer absurdity of it, while others saw it as another example of how celebrities can seem out of touch. Despite the mockery, fans also defended Spears, pointing out that moments of confusion are part of being human, though most of us don't have ours broadcast to the world. Over time, the gaffe has become one of the many endearing quirks that make Britney a fascinating and often relatable figure, reminding everyone that even megastars sometimes get their continents hilariously mixed up. John Lennon. John Lennon, the legendary musician and co-founder of the Beatles, ignited a global firestorm in 1966 when he made one of the most controversial statements of his career, "We're more popular than Jesus now." Intended as a reflection on the state of pop culture and the fading influence of organized religion among young people, Lennon's remark was taken as blasphemy by millions, sparking outrage and widespread backlash. The comment, made during an interview with the London Evening Standard, was initially overlooked in the UK, but created a massive uproar when it was reprinted in the United States. Religious groups were particularly incensed, organizing protests, Beatles record burnings, and public denouncements. Many conservative communities in the American South called for boycotts of the Beatles' music, and radio stations banned their songs. The backlash grew so intense that it even led to security concerns during the Beatles' American tour that year. Lennon later attempted to clarify his statement, explaining that he never intended to compare the Beatles to Jesus in terms of spiritual significance, but rather to comment on how celebrity culture had overtaken religion in the lives of young people. He apologized, saying, "If I'd said television is more popular than Jesus, I might have gotten away with it." Despite the controversy, the incident underscored the cultural revolution the Beatles were part of and demonstrated the perils of fame in an era of shifting values. Lennon's comment remains a stark example of how words, even when misunderstood, can have an explosive impact. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the action star turned California governor, is no stranger to memorable one-liners, both on-screen and off. However, one of his most baffling statements came during a discussion about gay marriage. With what appeared to be complete sincerity, he declared, "I think gay marriage should be between a man and a woman." This contradictory and nonsensical comment left listeners both confused and amused. The quote quickly became fodder for ridicule, as Schwarzenegger seemed to have misunderstood the very essence of what gay marriage means. Critics and comedians latched onto the absurdity of the statement, pointing out that it entirely defied the definition of marriage equality. Was it a moment of confusion, a simple slip of the tongue, or a failure to articulate his actual stance? Either way, the comment was a glaring example of how even seasoned politicians can become tangled in their own words. Despite the blunder, Schwarzenegger remained a prominent public figure, known for his charisma and sometimes unfiltered communication style. In the grander scheme of his political career, the gaffe didn't cause lasting damage but did add to a collection of verbal missteps that reminded everyone of his human, if hilariously imperfect, side. This moment serves as a humorous reminder that even the most disciplined public figures can have slip-ups, especially when discussing complex and sensitive issues. Schwarzenegger's comment lives on as a classic laugh-out-loud example of political double-talk gone hilariously wrong. 50 Cent, the rapper and entrepreneur known for his brash persona and success in the music industry, once sparked outrage with a tweet that managed to offend both women and people from developing nations. He wrote, "I'ma get me one of them from a third world country, at least she won't have high expectations." The statement was swiftly condemned as misogynistic, dehumanizing, and profoundly disrespectful. The tweet perpetuated harmful stereotypes implying that women from poorer countries are somehow easier or less deserving of respect and partnership. Many critics pointed out that 50 Cent's words reflected a disturbingly colonial and entitled attitude, as if women from developing nations were commodities or lesser beings. The comment demonstrated a complete disregard for the humanity and dignity of the very people he was objectifying. It also underscored a broader issue: the intersection of wealth, power, and toxic masculinity that allows some celebrities to feel untouchable, even when promoting blatantly offensive ideas. The backlash was significant. Social media users, women's rights advocates, and fans alike called out 50 Cent for his insensitivity and ignorance. Many were disappointed to see a public figure with such influence reinforcing demeaning attitudes toward women, especially those who already face economic and social hardships. While 50 Cent has made countless headlines for provocative behavior, this comment stands out as a particularly regrettable example of how thoughtless words can perpetuate harmful views and erode respect. Top 20 celebrities you won't recognize today.
Tell me about it, stud.
What if I told you some of the biggest stars you grew up with looked nothing like they did back in the day? From jaw-dropping weight loss to surprising career shifts, these celebs have transformed in ways you'd never expect. Some embraced new lifestyles, others reinvented themselves entirely. And a few might leave you wondering, wait, that's really them? Stick around, because these 20 celebrities will make you do a serious double-take. Who tops the list? Let's dive in and find out. Haley Joel Osment.
She wanted me to tell you.
Oh, please
she wanted me to tell you she saw you dance.
Haley Joel Osment captured the world's attention in The Sixth Sense with his haunting delivery of the now iconic line, "I see dead people." As a child, he seemed destined for a career of endless success, especially after sharing the screen with Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump and leading roles in AI artificial intelligence. However, as the spotlight on him dimmed, the boy who once mesmerized audiences all but disappeared. Osment's transition from child star to adult actor was anything but smooth. Following the peak of his fame, his career took a downturn, with fewer prominent roles coming his way. Personal struggles soon made headlines, with the former star being arrested in 2006 for a DUI and possession of marijuana. These incidents marked a shift not only in his public image, but in Osment's personal trajectory. In recent years, the actor's appearance has undergone a dramatic transformation. Now sporting a fuller figure, thick beard and long hair, Osment is almost unrecognizable from the fresh-faced boy the world once knew. "I understand that I won't always be that kid from The Sixth Sense," Osment said in an interview, addressing the media's fixation on his youthful fame. "It's about adapting, not staying frozen in time." While his current projects remain under the radar, Osment occasionally resurfaces in niche television and indie films. Yet, many fans who grew up with him might walk right past him on the street without ever realizing it. Though he may no longer fit the mold of the golden child star, his journey stands as a sobering reminder that not all Hollywood tales unfold as expected. Olivia NewtonJohn.
Tell me about it, stud.
Olivia NewtonJohn will forever be remembered as Sandy Olsen, the sweet, wide-eyed high schooler who transformed into a leather-clad rebel in Grease. Her portrayal of Sandy captivated audiences in 1978, skyrocketing her to international fame. But Newton-John refused to be boxed into a single role. After the film, she embarked on a successful music career, embracing a more glamorous and edgy image, as seen in hits like Physical.
Let's get physical.
Yet even as she evolved, Sandy's shadow has followed her throughout her life, a nostalgic reminder of a time when everything seemed simpler. Now approaching 70, Newton-John remains every bit the cultural icon, though her appearance today reflects the passage of time. While her radiant smile and sparkling eyes still shine through, her look has naturally softened. Gone are the voluminous curls and youthful aura of Sandy, replaced by a more refined, graceful style that suits her mature age. "I've never been interested in trying to look younger," Newton-John once remarked, embracing her age with elegance. "I just want to be the healthiest version of myself." Though still recognizable, fans notice how much her appearance has shifted from the Sandy they remember. Yet this transformation feels fitting. Newton-John's life and career are built on reinvention. She continues to embrace roles tied to Grease, attending fan events and tributes. But her graceful aging adds depth to her timeless allure. In a world obsessed with youth, Newton-John stands as a role model for embracing every stage of life with dignity, reminding us that beauty transcends time. Barrett Oliver. Barrett Oliver, once etched in our memories as the wide-eyed bastion from The Never-Ending Story, is nearly unrecognizable today. The child actor who helped us believe in Fantasia's magic has long left Hollywood behind, trading the limelight for a lens. After stepping away from acting at just 16, Oliver quietly disappeared from public view and pursued an entirely new path: photography. Gone are the soft, boyish features we remember from the 80s classic. Today, Oliver sports a thick beard and a weathered look that makes it hard to connect the man he's become with the child star we once adored. His life now revolves around art, far removed from the demands of the entertainment industry. "Photography gives me the space to explore creativity on my own terms," Oliver said in an interview, hinting at why he abandoned acting altogether. The transformation has been nothing short of dramatic, both in appearance and lifestyle. While many of his contemporaries struggled with fame's fallout, Oliver chose a quieter existence. Now a respected figure in the world of fine art photography, he has made peace with his past, embracing a life behind the camera instead of in front of it. Fans of the beloved fantasy film are often stunned to see his current photos, with many unable to recognize the scruffy artist as the same boy who rode Falcor through the skies. "It's as if he's a different person entirely," one fan mused on social media. Lar Vorhees, once adored as the stylish and sharp-witted Lisa Turtle on Saved by the Bell, is almost unrecognizable today. During the show's peak in the 90s, she was a TV icon, turning heads as the object of Screech's affections and bringing flair to Bayside High. But time, personal challenges, and Hollywood's shifting tides have drastically changed her appearance and career trajectory. After Saved by the Bell, Voorhees struggled to find roles that matched her early success. Though she still takes on occasional acting projects, they are far from the spotlight that made her famous. Fans who grew up with her are often shocked by her transformation, as her once youthful, radiant look has altered significantly over the years. Some attribute the change to rumored cosmetic procedures, while others speculate about the toll of mental health struggles, which Voorhees herself has alluded to in interviews. "I've been through a lot of things people don't understand," she once shared, hinting at the difficulties of life beyond fame. These challenges led her to withdraw from public life, maintaining a far lower profile than her fellow castmates. Today, Voorhees lives a quieter existence, far from the glitz and glamour of Bayside. For many, her most iconic role remains Lisa Turtle, the fashion-forward teen from Saturday morning TV. But to see her now is to witness a striking departure from that image, leaving fans nostalgic and a little stunned at how much she has changed. Taylor Momsen. Taylor Momsen, the sweet little girl who once sang "Where Are You Christmas" as Cindy Lou Who in How the Grinch Stole Christmas, is almost unrecognizable today. After captivating audiences as the adorable Whoville resident, Momsen transitioned from child star to teen icon with her role as Jenny Humphrey on Gossip Girl. But it wasn't long before she shed her wholesome image entirely, evolving into the fierce frontwoman of the rock band, The Pretty Reckless. Momsen's transformation has been nothing short of dramatic. Gone are the golden curls and innocent charm. In their place is a bold, gothic look that has become her signature. With platinum blonde hair, heavy eyeliner and leather-clad outfits, Momsen's aesthetic mirrors the raw edge of her music. "I found myself through music," she once said, explaining her pivot from acting to a life on stage. Though she occasionally models, Momsen's primary focus today is her band, which has found success with hits like Heaven Knows and Take Me Down. Fans were initially shocked by her drastic shift in style and career, but many admire her for fully embracing her passion and walking away from Hollywood's expectations. No longer the wide-eyed child or Upper East Side socialite, Momsen now commands rock festivals with a magnetic, rebellious energy. Her transformation, while surprising, has solidified her as a dynamic figure, one who refuses to be confined by her past roles. Today, Taylor Momsen is not just remembered, she's revered for who she's chosen to become. Join me on this journey and let's explore together. Comment number 1, to let me know you'll be watching till the end. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming up in this video. Renee Zellweger. Renee Zellweger, once the plucky and endearing face of Bridget Jones's Diary, looks remarkably different from the fresh-faced star who dominated Hollywood in the 2000s. Known for memorable roles in Jerry Maguire and Chicago, Zellweger became a cultural icon celebrated for her charm and relatable portrayal of the hapless, lovable Bridget. However, over the years, her appearance has changed significantly, sparking both media frenzy and public speculation about cosmetic surgery. Zellweger has since addressed the scrutiny with poise, acknowledging her transformation while rejecting the narrow standards imposed on women in the industry. "I'm living a different, more fulfilling life," she said in an interview, attributing her changed appearance to prioritizing mental and physical well-being over Hollywood's expectations. Far from retreating, Zellweger has continued to thrive. She reprised her role as Bridget Jones in Bridget Jones's Baby and earned critical acclaim for portraying Judy Garland in Judy, a performance that won her an Oscar. Yet it's her personal outlook that has resonated most with fans. Her refusal to apologize for evolving. "I like who I am now," she once said, underscoring her journey of self-acceptance. Her story has become one of defiance against ageism, showing that beauty lies not in preservation, but in transformation. While the Renee Zellweger of today may look very different, she embodies something far greater, a woman who embraces every stage of life on her own terms. Brigitte Bardot. Brigitte Bardot, once the epitome of beauty and sensuality during the 1950s and 60s, has undergone a striking transformation that makes her almost unrecognizable from her screen siren days. Known for her roles in films like And God Created Woman and her status as a global sex symbol, Bardot captivated audiences with her sultry looks and carefree spirit. But in 1973, at the height of her fame, Bardot stunned the world by walking away from show business entirely, retiring to focus on a cause that would come to define her life: animal rights activism. Over the years, Bardot's glamorous image has faded, replaced by the natural marks of age. Now 89, she lives a quiet and reclusive life in the south of France, with her fourth husband, far removed from the glitz and attention of her past. Her weathered appearance, marked by deep wrinkles and grey hair, stands in stark contrast to the unforgettable bombshell she once was. Yet Bardot has never sought to hide the passing of time. "I gave my youth and beauty to men, now I give my wisdom and experience to animals," she once said, reflecting her rejection of vanity and public expectations. Today, Bardot remains fiercely committed to her activism, leading campaigns to protect animals worldwide through the Brigitte Bardot Foundation. Though she has faded from the spotlight, her legacy endures, not just as a cinematic icon, but as a woman who fearlessly chose a different path. Lil Kim. Lil Kim, the queen bee of hip-hop, has undergone a jaw-dropping transformation that makes her nearly unrecognizable from the artist who dominated the rap scene in the 90s and early 2000s. Bursting onto the music scene as part of Junior Mafia, Lil Kim quickly became known for her bold lyrics, provocative fashion, and platinum albums like Hardcore and The Notorious Kim. However, just as her music evolved, so did her appearance. Drastically. Over the years, Lil Kim has undergone multiple cosmetic procedures, resulting in a striking change from the face fans first knew. While the shifts in her image have sparked intense media scrutiny, Kim has never shied away from expressing herself, using her looks as another form of artistic reinvention. "I'm just a different person," she once shared, hinting at how personal battles, including struggles with self-image and public pressure, influenced her transformations. Despite the controversy surrounding her appearance, Lil Kim remains a formidable figure in hip-hop. She continues to perform, drop new music, and headline festivals, reminding audiences of her trailblazing legacy. Her style, both musically and visually, has cemented her as a pioneer for self-expression, especially for women in hip-hop. Though she may not be easily recognizable today, her influence on the genre is undeniable. Lil Kim's journey is a testament to survival, reinvention, and the power of owning your narrative, no matter what the critics say. Jonathan Lipnicki. Jonathan Lipnicki, the adorable, bespectacled boy from Stuart Little and Jerry Maguire, looks nothing like the child star fans remember. Now 33, Lipnicki has undergone a remarkable transformation, trading his youthful charm for a muscular, athletic build that reflects the years he spent focused on fitness and self-improvement. While his childhood roles made him a household name, the transition from child actor to adult hasn't been without its challenges. I went through a period where I wasn't getting roles because people couldn't see me beyond that kid, Lip Nicky once admitted, speaking candidly about the struggles of being typecast. Determined not to fade into obscurity, he threw himself into fitness, martial arts, and independent film projects, carving out a new identity both on and off screen. His dramatically different appearance, marked by a muscular physique and a rugged edge, has surprised many who grew up with him. The transformation is natural, yet striking. He no longer resembles the wide-eyed boy talking to animated mice. Though he isn't in the spotlight as prominently as before, Lip Nicky has kept his passion for acting alive, appearing in smaller films and TV projects. He's also become an advocate for mental health, drawing on his own experiences to inspire others. His journey from child star to adult actor is one of perseverance and self-discovery, proving that even after early fame, it's never too late to redefine yourself. Do you think Jonathan Lip Nicky's struggles with being typecast are common for child actors? Comment with yes or no and let's discuss. Matthew Lewis. Matthew Lewis, best known for playing the bumbling yet brave Neville Longbottom in the Harry Potter series, has undergone a transformation so stunning it became the stuff of internet legend. As a child actor, Lewis portrayed the awkward, buck-toothed underdog with endearing clumsiness. But by the time the final films were released, fans were shocked to see that Neville's transformation wasn't just a plot point, it was real life. Emerging from his teenage years with sharp cheekbones, a chiseled jawline, and a confident demeanor, Lewis became a viral sensation for what the internet dubbed one of the most iconic glow-ups in pop culture history. The change was so striking that memes comparing then versus now versions of Neville flooded social media. Even J.K. Rowling playfully joked, tweeting, "Not as surprised as anyone to see Neville Longbottom hot." Despite his newfound heartthrob status, Lewis has remained grounded, fully embracing his Harry Potter roots. "I owe everything to Neville," he said, acknowledging how the role shaped his career. He even has the number 11 tattooed on his arm, a nod to the role that made him famous. Having worn the number during Quidditch scenes, Lewis continues to act in both film and television, taking on more mature roles that show his range beyond Hogwarts. Though his appearance has changed dramatically, Lewis has embraced both his past and present, proving that even the most unlikely underdog can grow into something extraordinary. Ethan Suplee, once known for his roles in Remember the Titans and My Name is Earl, has undergone a transformation so drastic that many fans find him nearly unrecognizable today. For years, Suplee was typecast as the lovable, overweight sidekick, but his journey toward health has redefined not just his career, but his life. At his heaviest, Suplee weighed over 500 pounds. Determined to change, he committed to fitness and nutrition with relentless dedication, shedding more than 250 pounds and building an impressively muscular physique. His remarkable physical transformation has stunned fans, with many marveling at how unrecognizable he looks from his earlier roles. Today, Suplee is more than just a success story. He's become an advocate for sustainable health and fitness. On his podcast, American Glutton, Suplee shares his insights into diet, fitness, and the emotional challenges of weight loss, often bringing in experts and guests to explore these topics deeply. "My goal is to stay fit for life," Suplee said in an interview, reflecting on his newfound mindset of balance and perseverance. While he continues to act, his focus has shifted toward personal well-being and inspiring others. His journey is proof that transformation is possible at any stage, and his evolution from a stereotyped actor to a fitness icon has made him a source of motivation for many. Suplee's story isn't just about losing weight, it's about gaining a new lease on life. Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte, once a heartthrob and Hollywood powerhouse of the 80s and 90s, with roles in The Prince of Tides and 48 HRs, has undergone a striking transformation that leaves many stunned by how different he appears today. Nolte, who was named People magazine's sexiest man alive in 1992, now sports a rugged, weathered look, marked by wild hair, a scruffy beard, and deep lines carved by time and experience. The polished, chiseled leading man of the past has given way to a grizzled, eccentric figure who seems unconcerned with appearances. Much of Nolte's drastic change is tied to his struggles off-screen. In 2002, his arrest for DUI made headlines, accompanied by an infamous mugshot that became an enduring pop culture image. The photo, featuring Nolte with unkempt hair and a Hawaiian shirt, captured him at one of his lowest points, marking a stark departure from his former image as a Hollywood golden boy. Despite these challenges, Nolte has remained active in the industry, continuing to deliver powerful performances, though now often cast in grizzled outsider roles that mirror his real-life transformation. Nolte has openly acknowledged his past struggles with addiction and legal troubles, finding a sense of acceptance as he moves forward. Today, he embraces the freedom of growing older without the pressure of maintaining his once youthful allure. Though far removed from his sexiest man alive days, Nick Nolte has become a symbol of survival in Hollywood, proof that a career like life itself can be as messy and unpredictable as it is enduring. Anthony Michael Hall. Anthony Michael Hall, the quintessential 80s teen idol, known for his roles in The Breakfast Club and Weird Science, has undergone a striking transformation that leaves him almost unrecognizable from his youthful geek-chic persona. Once the poster boy for awkward adolescence, Hall has evolved into a rugged, imposing figure, far removed from the lanky misfit he so often portrayed on screen. As he transitioned out of his teenage years, Hall deliberately sought out darker, more serious roles to shed the nerdy kid typecast. He found success in films like Edward Scissorhands, and later became known for his performance as a brooding psychic in the Dead Zone TV series. With his broader frame, close-cropped hair and weathered expression, Hall's mature look now exudes a sense of authority that's worlds apart from the awkward charm that made him famous. While his appearance and career have changed drastically, Hall embraces his early success with pride. The John Hughes films were such a gift, he reflected, acknowledging his time as a key member of the 80s Brat Pack. Although his teen idol days are long behind him, Hall remains active in film and television, taking on character-driven roles that showcase his range. His transformation isn't just physical, it's a testament to his ability to reinvent himself in a notoriously fickle industry. Anthony Michael Hall's journey from high school misfit to seasoned actor proves that growth, both personal and professional, is the ultimate coming-of-age story. Axel Rose. Axel Rose, the iconic frontman of Guns N' Roses, once epitomized the rebellious rock star look with his flowing bandanas, ripped jeans, and fiery charisma. During the band's heyday in the late 80s and 90s, Rose was the face of hits like Sweet Child O' Mine and November Rain, cementing his place as one of the most electrifying performers of the era. However, over the years, his appearance has changed dramatically, leaving fans both surprised and divided. Gone is the lean, wild-haired frontman of the past. Rose's look today reflects the toll of time, with noticeable weight fluctuations and a more subdued, rugged appearance. Some fans speculate that cosmetic procedures have also contributed to his altered look, though Rose has remained largely silent on the topic. Despite the shifts in appearance, Rose continues to bring his larger-than-life presence to the stage. Guns N' Roses reunion tours have drawn massive crowds, proving that his voice and energy still resonate with audiences. While public reactions to his transformation have ranged from shock to support, Rose seems unbothered by the scrutiny, focusing on doing what he loves, performing. "It's about the music, not how I look," he once said, dismissing critics. Today, Axl Rose's story is one of resilience. Though time and lifestyle changes have altered his appearance, his passion for rock remains untouched, showing that even icons don't have to stay frozen in time to remain legends. Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes, once a beloved Nickelodeon star known for her comedic talent in The Amanda Show and roles in hit romantic comedies like She's the Man and What a Girl Wants, has undergone a dramatic transformation that marks a stark contrast from her early Hollywood image. In the 2000s, Bynes was at the height of her fame, celebrated for her charm, humor, and relatability. But after stepping away from acting in 2010, her life took a turbulent turn, with personal struggles and legal issues playing out in the public eye. Over the years, Bynes has gone through significant physical changes, including different hairstyles, tattoos, and piercings, which reflect her journey of self-discovery and mental health recovery. Publicly diagnosed with bipolar disorder, Bynes has been candid about her challenges, explaining how fame at a young age contributed to her struggles. "My life has been out of control," she once admitted during an interview, expressing her desire to rebuild away from the spotlight. Today, Bynes leads a quieter, more private life, focusing on personal growth. She briefly enrolled in fashion school, exploring her interest in design, and continues to prioritize her mental health. Though her appearances are rare, fans remain supportive, often expressing hope for her well-being and applauding her efforts to overcome adversity. Bynes' journey is one of resilience, an example of how reclaiming one's identity is not a linear path but a continuous process. While she may no longer resemble the bubbly teen idol of her past, Amanda Bynes is navigating life on her own terms, one step at a time. How inspiring do you find Amanda Bynes' determination to rebuild her life and prioritize her mental health? Comment with 0 inches if you're not inspired or 9 inches if you're deeply moved. Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz, once one of Hollywood's biggest stars with standout roles in The Mask, There's Something About Mary, and Charlie's Angels, has undergone a remarkable transformation, both in appearance and lifestyle. During the peak of her career in the 2000s, Diaz was known for her radiant smile, effortless beauty, and glamorous red carpet presence. However, in 2014, she made the surprising decision to step away from acting, choosing to focus on her personal life and well-being. Now living far from the Hollywood spotlight, Diaz embraces a simpler, more grounded existence. Married to musician Benji Madden and a devoted mother to their daughter, she's traded red carpets for family time. Her appearance reflects this shift, with fans noting her more natural, makeup-free look and a wardrobe of casual, comfortable clothes. "I just decided that I wanted different things out of my life," Diaz said in a candid interview, expressing how freeing it felt to let go of Hollywood's beauty standards. Though her retreat from acting initially shocked fans, Diaz has found fulfillment in other ventures, including writing wellness books and launching a wine brand. Her occasional public appearances are met with warmth as audiences appreciate her authenticity and embrace of aging gracefully. While she no longer lives the glamorous Hollywood lifestyle, Cameron Diaz's story is one of reinvention. Her evolution from screen starlet to family-focused entrepreneur serves as a refreshing reminder that sometimes the most rewarding roles are the ones played off-screen. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis, the legendary action star who redefined toughness in films like Die Hard, has undergone a heartbreaking transformation that contrasts sharply with his once dominant presence on the big screen. For decades, Willis was synonymous with fearless heroes, wisecracking through explosions and impossible odds. But in 2022, fans were devastated to learn that he was stepping away from acting due to a diagnosis of frontotemporal dementia, FTD, a neurodegenerative condition that affects behavior, language, and memory. Willis's retreat from public life marks a poignant shift from the rugged, larger-than-life persona that defined his career. Known for roles in Pulp Fiction, The Sixth Sense, and Armageddon, he spent decades at the top of Hollywood's A-list. However, in recent years, reports emerged of cognitive difficulties on film sets, hinting at the personal battles he had been quietly facing. His family has since taken to social media to share updates, offering glimpses of his life away from the spotlight. "We are moving through this as a strong family unit," his wife, Emma Hemming Willis, wrote, thanking fans for their support and compassion. Despite his diagnosis, Willis is surrounded by loved ones, including his 5 daughters, who have rallied around him during this difficult chapter. Though Bruce Willis may no longer grace the screen as the action hero fans remember, his legacy remains unshakable. His strength, both on and off screen, continues to inspire, proving that even in the face of life's toughest battles, he remains a symbol of resilience. Snoop Dogg, Snoop Lion. Snoop Dogg, the hip-hop legend known for his laid-back flow and iconic hits like Gin and Juice and Drop It Like It's Hot, has undergone an intriguing evolution throughout his career, both in persona and appearance. Rising to fame in the 90s as a protege of Dr. Dre, Snoop was the epitome of West Coast rap culture, complete with his signature braids, sunglasses, and smooth demeanor. However, over the years, the rapper has continuously reinvented himself, moving beyond music to explore new identities, most notably his brief rebranding as Snoop Lion. In 2012, Snoop stunned fans by announcing a spiritual transformation after a trip to Jamaica, adopting the name Snoop Lion, and releasing a reggae album, Reincarnated. While the shift to reggae puzzled some, Snoop saw it as a natural evolution. "I'm just growing with the universe," he said, describing his exploration of new musical styles and personal philosophies. Though the Snoop Lion phase was short-lived, it showcased his willingness to experiment and push beyond his rap roots. Today, Snoop Dogg remains a beloved cultural icon, recognizable by his smooth demeanor and ever-changing hairstyles, from cornrows to dreadlocks. Beyond music, he's become a larger-than-life figure, with ventures in everything from cooking shows with Martha Stewart to voice acting and sports commentary. Snoop's journey reflects a man unafraid of change, balancing reinvention with authenticity. While his persona may have evolved over the decades, Snoop Dogg's essence remains the same, a laid-back, charismatic artist who continues to surprise and entertain the world. Mila Kunis. Mila Kunis, who first won hearts as the sassy Jackie Burkhart on That 70s Show, has evolved from a fresh-faced teen star into a seasoned actress and mother, with a look and lifestyle that reflect her journey. Known for her stunning transformation in the psychological thriller Black Swan, which earned her critical acclaim, Kunis has continued to grow both personally and professionally over the years. Though she remains active in the public eye, her appearance today is more natural and low-key compared to the glamorous image she projected earlier in her career. Often spotted in casual outfits and minimal makeup, Kunis has embraced a laid-back style that aligns with her preference for privacy and family life. Married to actor Ashton Kutcher, her former That 70s Show co-star, Kunis focuses much of her time on raising their two children and staying grounded outside the Hollywood bubble. She's spoken openly about her shift away from the glitz of fame, saying, "I don't want my kids to grow up thinking success means walking a red carpet." This practical approach extends to her evolving look, showing that she prioritizes comfort and authenticity over maintaining a polished, public-facing persona at all times. While Kunis may no longer embody the same youthful glamour that defined her early career, she has gracefully grown into a new chapter, balancing motherhood with meaningful film projects. Whether on-screen or off, Mila Kunis remains a beloved presence, proving that beauty lies in embracing every stage of life with confidence and ease. George Clooney, once Hollywood's quintessential heartthrob, with his breakout role in ER and star-making turns in films like Ocean's 11 and The Descendants, has gracefully evolved into a more grounded version of himself. Though still recognizable by his signature charm, the dashing actor now sports a distinguished salt-and-pepper beard and silver hair, embracing age with elegance. Clooney's transition from Hollywood's leading man to a family-oriented philanthropist reflects his priorities, shifting over time. After years of bachelorhood and tabloid speculation, he surprised fans by settling down with human rights lawyer Amal Clooney. Together, the couple leads a low-profile but impactful life, raising twins and championing global causes. Though Clooney still acts and directs, his public appearances are less frequent, and his focus has shifted to humanitarian efforts, particularly through the Clooney Foundation for Justice. "I have everything I could ever want," he once said in an interview, expressing contentment with the quieter life he's cultivated. Far from clinging to his heartthrob image, Clooney wears his years proudly, embodying a sophisticated charm that has only deepened with time. Whether behind the camera or at home with his family, he continues to inspire, proving that aging gracefully is about more than just looks. It's about finding purpose and fulfillment beyond the spotlight. Wow, if there's one thing we've learned today, it's that even the biggest stars can say things that make us all stop and wonder. But hey, it's a reminder that fame doesn't come with a filter or common sense. These moments teach us that nobody is perfect, and it's okay to laugh a little at our own mistakes, just like we do at these celebrities. After all, we're all human. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Iconic Inside. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our next dose of celebrity craziness. And before you go, have you checked out our last video, Top 22 Celebrities That Farted on Live TV? Trust us, it's one you don't want to miss. Click on the end screen to watch and see just how unpredictable live TV can get. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.